Park Ji-ho wiped sweat from his forehead as he walked through the busy halls of New Seoul Space Station. His blue work uniform was dirty from fixing pipes all morning. The smell of oil and metal followed him everywhere he went. But now it was lunchtime and his stomach was making loud noises. The food court was always crowded during lunch. Humans sat next to tall blue aliens called Zentari. Small, round creatures with too many eyes ate at tables near the windows. The air smelled like a mix of earth spices and alien foods that Ji-ho could not name. Ji-ho got in line at Earth Tastes, the only human food place in the court. The old woman behind the counter smiled at him. She knew him well. "The usual Ji-ho?" she asked. "Yes, please. Large fries and a burger." Ji-ho paid for his food and looked around for a place to sit. Most tables were full. He found an empty spot near the back, close to the big support pillars that held up the ceiling. As he sat down, something caught his eye. Behind one of the metal pillars, he saw movement. Something small and silver was hiding there. Ji-ho took a bite of his burger and kept watching. A small head poked out from behind the pillar. It had large golden eyes and pointed ears. Silver fur covered the face, and the creature looked very thin. Ji-ho knew what it was. A Villani. He had seen a few adults before, but never one so young. The young Villani was watching people eat. Her eyes followed every bite of food. When someone dropped a piece of bread, she took a small step forward, then quickly hid again. Ji-ho felt sad watching her. She was clearly hungry. Her clothes were torn and dirty. She looked like she had not eaten in days. Other people in the food court did not notice her. They were too busy eating and talking. But Ji-ho could not stop looking. The way she watched food reminded him of stray cats back on Earth. He looked down at his large order of French fries. There were so many. More than he could eat. The fries were hot and golden, covered in salt. They smelled wonderful. Ji-ho made a choice. He stood up slowly, picked up half of his fries, and walked toward the pillar. The young Villani saw him coming and pressed herself against the metal support. Her golden eyes were wide with fear. "Hey," Ji-ho said softly. He stopped walking when he was still far away. "Are you hungry?" The Villani did not answer. She just stared at him. Ji-ho crouched down and placed the fries on the floor. Then he stepped back. "These are for you. French fries. From Earth." For a long moment nothing happened. The Villani looked at the food, then at Ji-ho, then back at the food. Her nose twitched as she smelled the fries. Slowly, very slowly, she came out from behind the pillar. She was even smaller than Ji-ho had thought, maybe only 4 feet tall. Her silver fur was dull and messy. Her clothes were too big for her thin body. She picked up one fry and sniffed it. Then she took a small bite. Her golden eyes went wide. She made a small sound, almost like a purr. "Good?" Ji-ho asked. The young Villani nodded quickly. She ate another fry, then another. Soon she was eating them fast, like she was afraid they would disappear. "Slow down," Ji-ho said gently. "You will get sick if you eat too fast." She looked up at him but did not stop eating. However, she did eat a little slower. "What is your name?" Ji-ho asked. The Villani finished the fries before answering. "Kira," she said. Her voice was soft and had a strange accent. "Nice to meet you, Kira. I am Ji-ho." "Ji-ho," she repeated. The way she said it sounded different but nice. "Are you alone here?" Ji-ho asked. Kira's ears dropped down. She nodded sadly. "Family gone. Ship attacked. Bad people took everything." Ji-ho felt anger rise in his chest. Pirates. They attacked ships carrying families just trying to travel safely through space. They took everything valuable and left people stranded. "How long have you been here?" he asked. Kira held up both hands, showing all her fingers. Then she held up 3 more fingers. "This many days, maybe more. Hard to count. 13 days. Maybe more. No wonder she looked so thin." "Where have you been sleeping?" Kira pointed toward the lower levels of the station. "Down there, in the dark places. Hide from security." Ji-ho knew those areas. They were not safe. full of broken pipes and dangerous machines. Not a place for anyone to live, especially not a young alien alone. Have you been eating anything? Sometimes find food. People drop things, sometimes take from trash. This made Jiho's heart hurt. No one should have to eat garbage to survive. Wait, here, he said. He went back to his table and got his burger. It was still warm. He brought it to Kira. Her eyes got very wide when she saw the burger. For me? Yes. But eat slowly, okay? Your stomach might hurt if you eat too fast. Kira took the burger with both hands. It was almost too big for her to hold. She took a careful bite and that purring sound came again. Louder this time. As she ate, Jiho sat down on the floor next to her. He was not worried about his work uniform getting dirty. Other people in the food court started to notice them. Some stared. A few whispered to each other. The burger is good? Jiho asked. Very good. Best food ever. Kira smiled for the first time. Her teeth were sharp like a cat's, but her smile was sweet. I come here every day for lunch, same time. If you want, you can meet me here tomorrow. I will bring more food. Kira stopped eating and looked at him with surprise. Really? You will. Come back? Really? Every day? Why? She asked. Why help me? Jiho thought about this. Why was he helping her? He could have walked away, pretended not to see her. That would have been easier. Because you are hungry, and I have food to share. It is the right thing to do. Kira stared at him for a long time. Then she made that purring sound again, very soft. Thank you, Jiho. Thank you very much. You do not need to thank me. Just promise me you will be safe until tomorrow. I promise. Jiho stood up and brushed off his uniform. His lunch break was almost over. He had to get back to work. Same time tomorrow, okay? Right here. I will be here, Kira said. As Jiho walked away, he could feel her watching him. When he looked back, she was still sitting there, holding the burger carefully with both hands. Something about the way she looked at him made him feel warm inside. He did not know it yet, but sharing those fries had changed everything. For both of them. The next day, Jiho could not focus on his work. He kept looking at his watch. Lunchtime felt very far away. When he fixed pipes, he thought about Kira. When he cleaned air filters, he wondered if she was safe. At 11:30, he left his tools and went to the food court early. He bought extra food, 2 burgers, large fries, and a bottle of milk. The old woman at Earth Tastes looked surprised. Very hungry today? She asked. Something like that, Jiho said with a smile. He walked to the same spot near the metal pillar. Kira was already there, sitting behind the support beam. When she saw him, her face lit up like sunshine. Jiho, you came back. I told you I would. He sat down and opened the food bags. Are you hungry? Always hungry, Kira said, but she was smiling. This time she did not grab the food quickly. She waited for Jiho to give it to her. She said, thank you, before taking each bite. The milk made her purr so loud that people at nearby tables turned to look. Is that normal? Jiho asked, pointing at her throat. The purring sound? When happy, yes. When safe and fed, yes. Kira wiped milk from her mouth. My family, we purr together, like music. Where is your family now? Kira's ears dropped. Do not know. Ship attacked near Zeta Station. I hid in escape pod. Pod came here. Others. She did not finish. Jiho felt sad for her. I am sorry. Not your fault. Bad people exist everywhere. Kira took another bite of burger. You are good people. Over the next week, they met every day. Jiho learned many things about Kira. She was 16 years old, which was young for Villani. She liked sweet foods best. She was very smart and learned new words fast. She could fix small machines with just her claws. Kira learned about Jiho too. He grew up on Earth in a small town. He came to the space station to earn money for his family back home. He liked his job because he could work alone and think quietly. Each day, Kira looked better. Her silver fur became shiny. Her golden eyes were bright and alert. She stood up straighter. She smiled more. But something else was happening too. Something Jiho did not understand. On the 5th day, Lee Minho from Jiho's work team came to the food court. He walked over to their usual spot, moving fast like he always did. Suddenly, Kira made a sound Jiho had never heard before. It was low and dangerous, like an angry animal. She jumped in front of Jiho and showed her sharp teeth. Whoa! Minho stopped, walking. What is wrong with her? I do not know. Jiho put his hand on Kira's shoulder. Kira, it is okay. This is Minho. He works with me. He is a friend. But Kira did not relax. She kept making that growling sound until Minho walked away. Sorry about that, Jiho called to his coworker. After Minho left, Kira sat down again. She acted normal, like nothing had happened. Why did you do that? Jiho asked. He moved too fast, might hurt you. Minho would not hurt me, he is my friend. Kira looked confused. Friends can hurt friends. Family can hurt family. Only I protect Jiho now. This worried Jiho, but he did not want to upset Kira. She was finally happy and healthy. The same thing happened 2 days later. A security guard was walking through the food court. He saw Jiho sitting on the floor and came over to tell him to use a table instead. Again, Kira growled and stood in front of Jiho. The security guard stepped back, his hand moving to his stun weapon. Keep that thing under control, the guard said. Aliens are not allowed to threaten humans on this station. She was not threatening anyone, Jiho said quickly. She is just scared. The guard looked at Kira with hard eyes. Scared or not, if this happens again, I will have to report it. After the guard left, Jiho was worried. He did not want Kira to get in trouble. You cannot growl at people like that, he told her. The station has rules. They might make you leave. I will not leave you, Kira said firmly. You saved me. Now I save you. I do not need saving. I need you to be safe. But Kira just shook her head. You do not understand. Cannot explain in your words. That evening, Jiho went to see Dr. Kim, Sora in the station's medical bay. She was the smartest person he knew about aliens and their behavior. Dr. Kim, can I ask you something about Villani? Of course, what do you want to know? Jiho told her about Kira, how he found her, how he had been feeding her, and how she was acting protective. Dr. Kim listened carefully. When Jiho finished, she looked worried. Jiho, I think you might have a problem. What kind of problem? Villani are pack animals, like wolves on Earth. They have strong family bonds. When a young Villani is in danger and someone saves them, especially by sharing food repeatedly, it can trigger something called pair bonding. What does that mean? It means she thinks you are family now. More than family. She thinks she must protect you from everything that might hurt you. Jiho thought about this. Is that bad? It can be. Villani are very strong, even the young ones. If Kira thinks someone is threatening you, she might really hurt them. And if station security sees her as dangerous, Dr. Kim did not need to finish. Jiho knew what happened to aliens who were considered dangerous. They were sent away to special prisons or worse. What can I do? Maybe try to spend less time with her. Do not feed her every day. Break the bond before it gets stronger. But when Jiho thought about not seeing Kira, his chest felt tight. She trusted him. She waited for him every day. How could he abandon her now? There has to be another way, he said. Maybe. But Jiho, you need to be careful. For both of you. The next day, Jiho went to the food court as usual. Kira was waiting, but she looked sad. What is wrong? He asked. Heard humans talking. They said you might stop coming. Said I am trouble for you. Jiho sat down next to her. Who said that? Does not matter. Is it true? Will you stop coming? Jiho looked at her golden eyes. They were so hopeful and scared at the same time. How could he break her heart? No, he said. I will not stop coming. But we need to work on something. What? You cannot growl at every person who comes near me. I know you want to protect me, but it is making problems. Kira was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "If someone hurts you, I will be very sad and very angry. I know, but most people here are not bad. They will not hurt me. How do I know which people are safe? I will tell you. If I say someone is safe, you must trust me. Can you do that?" Kira nodded slowly. "I trust you, Jiho. Only you." As they shared lunch that day, Jiho hoped he was doing the right thing. He did not know that Kira's protective feelings were only getting stronger, or that very soon someone would test just how far she would go to keep him safe. 2 weeks after his talk with Dr. Kim, Jiho's worst fear came true. He was having lunch with Kira in their usual spot when Station Administrator Choi Daeho walked into the food court. Daeho was a tall man with gray hair and cold eyes. He wore an expensive suit and always looked angry about something. Jiho had seen him before but never talked to him. Daeho was too important to notice maintenance workers, but today he walked straight toward them. "You there," Daeho said, pointing at Jiho. "Stand up." Jiho stood up quickly. Next to him, Kira tensed like a spring ready to snap. "Sir," Jiho said, "I have been getting reports about you and this alien. You are feeding it, correct? Her name is Kira, and yes, I share my food with her. Well, that stops today. We cannot have unregistered aliens living on my station. It is against regulations." Kira stood up slowly. Her golden eyes were fixed on Jiho's face. "She is not causing any problems," Jiho said. "She just needs help. Not my concern. Security tells me this creature has been threatening people. That makes it dangerous. She was just scared. She would never hurt anyone." Daeho laughed, but it was not a nice sound. All aliens say that right before they attack. He pulled out a small device and spoke into it. "Security to food court level 3. Bring restraints." Kira's ears flattened against her head. She made a low sound in her throat. "You cannot take her," Jiho said. "She has done nothing wrong. She is an unregistered alien living illegally on this station. That is enough." Daeho looked at Kira with disgust. "It will be processed and sent to a holding facility. Maybe they can find somewhere to dump it." The word dump made something snap inside Kira. She had been trying to stay calm like Jiho taught her. But this human was talking about taking her away from Jiho, about throwing her away like garbage. She let out a sound that made everyone in the food court stop eating. It was not a growl this time. It was a roar of pure rage. "Kira, no!" Jiho shouted, but it was too late. Kira launched herself at Daeho like a silver missile. Her claws came out sharp as knives. She hit him in the chest, and they both fell to the ground. Daeho screamed as Kira's claws raked across his arm. His expensive suit tore like paper. Blood started to flow. "Get it off me! Get it off me!" Daeho yelled. People ran away from them, screaming. Tables and chairs crashed over. Food scattered everywhere. Jiho grabbed Kira around the waist and tried to pull her away. "Stop! Please stop!" Kira looked back at him, and for a moment, her rage faded. But then Daeho tried to kick her, and she snarled again. "Kira, look at me," Jiho said firmly. "Look at me." She turned to face him. Her golden eyes were wild, but she was listening. "I am safe," Jiho said slowly. "I am not hurt. You can stop now." Kira looked at Daeho, then back at Jiho. Slowly, she pulled her claws back. She let Jiho pull her away from the bleeding administrator. Security guards ran into the food court with stun weapons ready. They surrounded Kira and Jiho. "Do not move," the lead guard shouted. Kira pressed herself against Jiho's side. She was shaking now, scared by what she had done. "Please," Jiho said to the guards. "Do not hurt her. She was just protecting me. Protecting you." Daeho sat up, holding his bleeding arm. "That thing tried to kill me. If she wanted to kill you, you would be dead," said a calm voice. Everyone turned to see Dr. Kim Sora walking toward them. She moved slowly, her hands visible. "Dr. Kim," the lead guard said. "Stay back. The alien is dangerous." "No, she is not," Dr. Kim said. "She is scared and confused. Look at her." It was true. Kira was not acting like a wild animal anymore. She was huddled against Jiho, making small, sad sounds. "That creature attacked me," Deho said. "It should be destroyed." "She attacked you because you threatened to separate her from Jiho," Dr. Kim explained. "In Vellani culture, that is like threatening to kill a family member." "I do not care about alien culture," Deho said. "It broke the law. Actually, she might not have," Dr. Kim said. "If I am right about what I am seeing, this situation is protected under the Interspecies Family Protection Act." The security guards looked confused. Even Jiho did not know what that meant. "What act?" Deho demanded. "Article 7 of the Interspecies Treaty," Dr. Kim said. "It protects bonded pairs from forced separation. If this young Vellani has formed a family bond with Jiho, removing her could be considered a violation of her rights." "That is ridiculous. They are different species. Species does not matter for family bonds. The law is very clear." Captain Han, Wu Jin, the head of station security, arrived with more guards. He was an older man with kind eyes and gray hair. Jiho had heard he was fair but firm. "What happened here?" Captain Han asked. Everyone started talking at once. Daiho shouted about being attacked. The guards talked about dangerous aliens. Dr. Kim tried to explain about family bonds. "Quiet," Captain Han said loudly. Everyone stopped talking. He looked at the scene, the overturned tables, the blood on Daiho's arm, and Kira still pressed against Jiho's side. "You," he said, pointing at Jiho. "Tell me what happened, simple and clear." Jiho took a deep breath. Administrator Daiho said he was going to take Kira away. She got scared and attacked him. She was trying to protect me. "And you?" Captain Han looked at Kira. "Do you understand what you did?" Kira nodded slowly. "I hurt him. Did not mean to. Hurt so much, just wanted him to stop." "Stop what?" "Stop taking me from Jiho. Jiho is family now. Cannot take family apart." Captain Han looked at Dr. Kim. "Is this family bond thing real?" "Very real. Vellani form deep emotional connections with those who save them during times of crisis. Jiho has been feeding her and caring for her for weeks. In her mind, he is her family now. So if we separate them, it could kill her, or drive her completely insane. The bond is that strong." Captain Han was quiet for a long moment. Then he sighed. "This is complicated." "It is simple," Daiho said. "The creature attacked me. Arrest it." "Sir, with respect, this is now a security matter. I will handle it." Captain Han looked at his guards. "Take Administrator Daiho to medical. Get his arm treated. I want that thing destroyed," Daiho said as the guards helped him up. "That decision is not yours to make," Captain Han said firmly. After Daiho was taken away, Captain Han looked at Jiho and Kira. "You two are coming with me. We need to sort this out properly." "Are you arresting us?" Jiho asked. "Not yet, but this cannot happen again. If it does, I will have no choice." As they walked toward the security office, Kira whispered to Jiho, "I am sorry. Made trouble for you." "I know you were trying to help," Jiho said. But Dr. Kim was right. This bond between us is causing problems. Is not just bond, Kira said quietly. Is love. You saved me. Now I save you. That is how family works. Jiho felt his heart break a little. How could he explain that her way of saving him might destroy them both? In the security office, Captain Han sat across from them. "Here is the situation. Administrator Daiho wants you both removed from the station. Dr. Kim thinks you have special protection under interspecies law. I think you both need help." "What kind of help?" Jiho asked. "The kind that keeps everyone safe, including you two." Captain Han leaned forward. "There is going to be a hearing. The station council will decide what happens next. Until then, you are both confined to quarters." "Together?" Kira asked hopefully. "Separately," Captain Han said. "For everyone's safety." Kira made a sound like a wounded animal. "No, cannot be apart from Jiho." "It is only temporary," Captain Han said gently. "If the hearing goes well, things might change." But as security guards led them to different parts of the station, Jiho could hear Kira crying. The sound followed him all the way to his quarters, breaking his heart with every step. 3 days passed before the hearing. 3 long, terrible days. Jiho sat in his small quarters, staring at the walls. Security guards brought him food, but he could barely eat. All he could think about was Kira. Was she eating? Was she scared? Did she think he had abandoned her? On the 2nd day, Dr. Kim came to visit him. "How is she?" Jiho asked before Dr. Kim could even sit down. "Not good. She has not eaten since they separated you. She just sits in the corner and cries." Jiho felt like someone had punched him in the stomach. "Can I see her?" Captain Han says no. "Not until after the hearing. This is killing her." "I know. That is why I am here." Dr. Kim pulled out a small computer pad. "I have been researching Villani law and interspecies treaties. I think we can help both of you." "How?" "The hearing is tomorrow. You will need to speak to the station council. Tell them exactly what happened. How you met Kira, why you helped her, what the bond means to both of you." "I do not know anything about laws or treaties." "You do not need to. You just need to tell the truth." Dr. Kim leaned forward. "But Jiho, you should know. There is a chance they will still decide to separate you. Are you prepared for that?" Jiho was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "If that happens, can you make sure Kira gets somewhere safe? Somewhere with other Villani who will take care of her? You would give her up?" "If it is best for her, yes." Dr. Kim smiled sadly. "That is exactly what I hoped you would say." The next morning, security guards came to get Jiho. They took him to the station council chambers. It was a big room with tall windows showing the stars outside. 7 council members sat at a curved table. Each one represented a different species. Administrator Daiho was there too, his arm in a bandage. He glared at Jiho with hate. Captain Han brought Kira in through another door. She looked terrible. Her silver fur was dull and messy. Her golden eyes were red from crying. When she saw Jiho, she tried to run to him, but guards held her back. "Jiho," she called out. "Are you hurt? Did they hurt you?" "I am fine," Jiho said. "Are you okay?" "Now I am," she said, and for the first time in 3 days, she smiled. "Silence," said Councillor Thane, a tall blue Zentari who led the council. "This hearing will decide the fate of both parties. Administrator Daiho, present your case." Daiho stood up. "Honored Council, this is simple. An unregistered alien attacked me without cause. It is dangerous and should be removed from this station immediately. The human feeds it and encourages its violent behavior." Daiho continued. "They are both a threat to station safety." "Do you have evidence of previous violent behavior?" asked Councillor Vera, a human woman with gray hair. The creature growled at security officers multiple times. It threatened several station residents. "Growling is not the same as attacking," said Councillor Zix, a small creature with many arms. "What about the circumstances of the attack?" "Circumstances do not matter. Violence is violence." Councillor Thane looked at Dr. Kim. "Doctor, you requested to speak on this matter?" Dr. Kim stood up. "Yes, Councillor. I believe this situation involves a Villani family bond, which is protected under interspecies law." She explained about Villani culture, about how they form bonds with those who save them during crisis. She talked about the legal protections for bonded families. "This is nonsense," Daiho interrupted. "They are different species. They cannot be family." "Actually," said a new voice, "they can." Everyone turned to see who had spoken. Near the back of the room stood a tall figure in a long, dark robe. As she walked forward, Jiho could see she was Villani, but much older than Kira. Her silver fur was streaked with white, and she moved with quiet authority. "Who are you?" Councillor Thane asked. "I am Ambassador Veltar of the Villani Republic." "I was passing through this station when I heard about this case," Kira gasped. "Ambassador, you are here." Ambassador Veltar looked at Kira with kind eyes. "Hello, little one. I came to see what all the noise was about." "You know this creature?" Daiho asked. I know this young person, yes, and I know exactly what has happened here. The ambassador walked closer to Kira and Jiho. May I examine the bond? What does that mean? Counselor Vera asked. I need to see how they interact, to confirm what kind of bond has formed. Counselor Thane nodded. Proceed. Ambassador Veltar spoke to Kira in the Vallani language. Kira answered quickly, pointing at Jiho several times. Then the ambassador walked over to Jiho. Young man, when you first gave food to Kira, what did you expect in return? Nothing, Jiho said. She was hungry. I had food. It seemed right to share. And now? What do you want from her? I want her to be safe and happy, even if that means I cannot see her anymore. The ambassador nodded slowly. Then she did something surprising. She walked to the center of the room and made a loud sound, like a howl mixed with a song. Kira immediately answered with the same sound. Their voices joined together in a harmony that made everyone in the room feel something deep and powerful. When the sounds faded, Ambassador Veltar turned to the council. This is a true family bond, the strongest kind my people know. Explain, Counselor Thane said. When a Vallani child is in mortal danger and someone saves them through repeated acts of care, a life bond forms. It is not romantic love or friendship. It is the love between parent and child, or between siblings who would die for each other. The human is not Vallani, Deho protested. Family is not about species, Administrator. It is about love and sacrifice. The ambassador looked at him with sharp eyes. This human saved Kira's life and asked for nothing in return. In our culture, that makes him family. What about the attack? Counselor Vera asked. Kira acted to protect her family member from what she saw as a deadly threat. Any Vallani would have done the same. I was not threatening anyone, Deho said. You threatened to take her away from the one person who saved her life. To a Vallani child, that is the same as threatening murder. The council members talked quietly among themselves. Finally, Counselor Thane spoke again. Do other people support this family bond? Lee Minho stood up from the audience. Jiho was surprised to see him there. I work with Jiho, Minho said. He is the kindest person I know. He shares his lunch with anyone who is hungry. If he says this alien girl is family, then she is family. Old Mrs. Park from the food court stood up too. I see them every day. The way she looks at him, the way he cares for her, that is real love. Family love. Even Otajan, the janitor, spoke up. I clean the food court. I watch them eat together every day. She only gets angry when people move too fast toward him. Rest of time, she is gentle like a kitten. More people stood up. People Jiho barely knew. They all said the same thing. Kira was only protective of Jiho, never aggressive to anyone else. Finally, Counselor Thane called for quiet. The council will now vote. One by one, each member voted. 3 voted to separate Jiho and Kira. 3 voted to let them stay together. Counselor Thane was the last vote, the tiebreaker. He looked at Jiho and Kira for a long moment. Then he said, the bond will be recognized. They may remain together under the following conditions. Jiho will take full legal responsibility for Kira's actions. Both will undergo cultural training, and they will meet with Dr. Kim weekly for evaluation. Kira let out a cry of joy and ran to Jiho. This time no one stopped her. She threw her arms around him and purred so loudly the whole room could hear. Thank you, Jiho whispered to everyone who had helped them. Thank you so much. But as they walked out of the chamber together, Ambassador Veltar stopped them. Young ones, she said, your troubles may not be over. Long-range sensors have detected a Vallani search ship approaching the station. Kira's blood family is coming to find her. Kira's purring stopped. Her golden eyes went wide with fear and confusion. The hardest choice was still ahead of them. 2 days after the hearing, the Vallani ship arrived. Jiho and Kira were having lunch in the food court when Captain Han found them. His face was serious but not angry. Kira, he said gently, your family is here. Kira dropped her French fry. Her golden eyes went very wide. My family? Really? A ship from the Villani Republic just docked. They have been searching for survivors from your transport. Your brother and aunt are asking for you. Kira looked at Jiho, then back at Captain Han. She did not know what to feel. Happy? Scared? Both? Do I have to go with them? She asked in a small voice. That is your choice to make. But they want to see you first. Will Jiho come with me? Captain Han nodded. If he wants to. Jiho took Kira's hand. Of course I will come. They walked to the docking bay together. Kira held Jiho's hand so tight it almost hurt. Her ears kept moving back and forth, showing how nervous she was. At the docking bay, 2 Villani waited for them. One was tall and young with dark silver fur. The other was smaller and older, with white streaks in her silver fur like Ambassador Veltar. When they saw Kira, both Villani made sounds of joy and ran toward her. Kira, little star, the older one cried. We thought you were dead. The younger one, who had to be her brother, picked Kira up and spun her around. We searched everywhere for you. Where have you been? Kira hugged them both, purring loudly. But she kept looking back at Jiho, making sure he was still there. This is Jiho, she said, pointing at him. He saved me. He is my family now, too. The older Villani, who introduced herself as Aunt Velsana, looked at Jiho with curious eyes. The younger one, Kira's brother Velkim, stared at Jiho with something that looked like anger. Family, Velkim said. Kira, he is human. Humans cannot be family. He is my family, Kira said firmly. He fed me when I was starving. He kept me safe. He shared everything with me. Because he felt sorry for you, Velkim said. That is not the same as family love. You are wrong, Kira said, and her voice had an edge to it that Jiho had never heard before. Aunt Velsana stepped between them. Enough. We are grateful this human helped you, Kira. But now you must come home. Your real family needs you. Jiho is real family too, Kira said. No, he is not, Velkim said, getting angry. I am your brother. She is your aunt. We are your blood. This human is just someone who gave you food. Kira's ears flattened. She made a low sound in her throat. He is not just someone. He saved my life. And now we are here to take care of you properly. Pack whatever you have. We leave in 1 hour. I am not leaving, Kira said. The docking bay went very quiet. Even the normal sounds of the station seemed to stop. What did you say? Velkim asked. I said I am not leaving. Not without Jiho. Kira, be reasonable, Aunt Velsana said gently. You cannot live with humans forever. You need to be with your own people. You need to learn your culture, your language, your history. I can learn those things and still stay with Jiho. No, you cannot, Velkim said. This human has confused you, made you think you owe him something. It is not healthy. Jiho had been quiet during all of this, but now he stepped forward. Maybe I should say something. You have said enough, Velkim said coldly. You took advantage of a scared child. I never took advantage of anyone. I just shared my food with someone who was hungry. And now she thinks she belongs to you. She does not belong to me. She is her own person. She can choose what she wants. She is too young to choose. Too confused. I am not confused, Kira said loudly. And I am not too young. I know what I want. What you want is wrong, Velkim said. This bond you think you have, it is not real. It is just gratitude mixed with fear. You do not understand, Kira said, tears starting to fall. He did not just give me food. He gave me hope. He made me feel safe. He made me feel loved. Love you too, Aunt Velsana said softly. I know, but it is different. You love me because we share blood. Jiho loves me because he chose to. He did not have to help me, but he did. Every day. Even when it caused problems for him. Jiho felt his throat get tight. He had not known Kira felt that way. That may be true, Aunt Velsana said. But love is not enough. You need your own people. What if I could have both? Kira asked. What do you mean? What if I spent time with both families? Part of the year with you, learning about being Villani. Part of the year here with Jiho. Velkim shook his head. Impossible. You cannot live in two worlds. Why not? Ambassador Veltar does. She works with many species. That is different. She is an adult. I will be an adult soon. Let me learn from both families. Let me become someone who understands both worlds. Aunt Velsana looked thoughtful. It is an interesting idea, but would this human agree to such an arrangement? Everyone looked at Jiho. His heart was breaking, but he knew what he had to say. If that is what Kira wants, then yes. Her happiness is more important than what I want. Even if it means being apart from her for months at a time, Velkim asked. Even then, Kira ran to Jiho and hugged him tight. See? This is why he is family. He wants what is best for me even when it hurts him. Aunt Velsana watched this carefully. Then she said something to Velkim in their language. They talked quietly for several minutes. Finally, Aunt Velsana spoke. Very well. We will try this arrangement. 6 months with us, 6 months here, but if it does not work, Kira comes home permanently. And if I prove I can handle both worlds? Kira asked. Then you can choose for yourself when you turn 18. Kira looked at Jiho. Is this okay with you? Jiho smiled even though his heart hurt. It is perfect. 3 months later, Jiho sat in the food court waiting. Kira had been gone for her first visit home and today she was coming back. He had 2 orders of French fries on the table, just like the first day they met. When Kira walked into the food court, she looked different, taller, more confident. She wore traditional Villani clothes but carried a human-made bag. She was becoming someone who belonged to both worlds. Jiho, she called out, and ran to him. But something else had changed too. She did not just hug him. She also bowed in the Villani way, showing respect for family. I missed you, she said in perfect standard. Then she added something in Villani that he was learning to understand. My chosen brother, I missed you too, little sister, he said back in careful Villani. As they sat down to share fries like they always did, Kira told him about her time with her blood family. She had learned to hunt, to sing the old songs, to understand her people's history. And what did you tell them about humans? Jiho asked. I told them that humans share food with strangers, that they take care of people who are not their own kind, that they believe family is made by love, not just by blood. What did they think about that? Velkim still thinks it is strange, but Aunt Velsana is interested. She wants to learn more about human culture. Maybe she can visit here sometime. She is coming next month. She wants to meet Dr. Kim and learn about interspecies families. Jiho smiled. One simple act of sharing French fries had changed so many lives. As they ate together, other people joined them. Lee Minho sat down with his lunch. Dr. Kim stopped by to say hello. Even Captain Han waved from across the room. What had started as 2 lonely people sharing a meal had become something bigger. A bridge between worlds. A new kind of family that proved love was stronger than fear. And sometimes when someone approached their table too quickly, Kira still growled a little. But now it was followed by laughter and explanations, not fear and misunderstanding. Some things, Jiho thought happily, were worth keeping exactly the same.